Hello, everybody. Hello. I want to tell you the song that came to my mind today because it would really date me. But it was, "Get your Chevrolet in the USA." Remember Dinah Shore? No? Well, I don't know why that came to me. I'm going to make this 3 videos instead of 1 and trying to get everything in like I do. I've had so many things I'm trying to work on. Move my craft room back upstairs because I've had company. And so they had to have that, my office room that I made into my craft room. And then I was sick, but no virus. And yesterday I had 2 cortisone shots in my foot. Wasn't bad, really. I'm falling apart. Okay, I'm going to show you this. I don't know what made me make this because this isn't normally my thing, except that one hair piece that I showed on Facebook. But I made this. I still can't. After 8 or 9 years, I'm still not a good video person. Can you see? Little rabbit up there. I don't know what you would call it. There's a little bit of that thing I can't think of, that word with the wheels and all that kind of stuff. And then I put a little jewelry on it, and then I put this on it. Now I have to figure out, and then there's a dog under there. Now I have to figure out what to do with it, like for a pin or something. But I thought it was cute. I don't know what gets into me, honestly. I'm trying to do this so I don't have to get up a million times. And I don't remember some things that I showed you. I don't know if I ever showed you. You know, Deb Hendricks made all these glue things, and so I had my hand at one. Of course, I always have to be odd. And then I made this one, and Ateles, who makes these, said, "Nope, it's not right, it's upside down." I said, "I know, but it's okay for this." Oh my God, she's arguing with me. I said, "It's okay for something like this, right? You tell me." And then this one, just a little different. I'm a little different, that's for sure. This video will just be some things that I've made. You may have seen them, I may have showed them to you, I don't know. Now I have been making, well, here's a little flower that I made. Here's a little flower that I made. Here's a weird looking flower that I made. Let's see, there's a lot of weird things. Here's a little flower that I made. And some, you know, I already sent some and all that. Okay. Remember, if any of you have been watching Facebook, I've just been trying to put some pictures in there of those bracelets that I make. I made the, everything's falling. I wanted to do this so I didn't have to get up and go back and forth, and you see my big rear end and, you know, all that stuff. But it looks like I may have to. But let me show you this first. I made one of these, my Porch Prints. Cute. Because I got a printer that I can finally download things. And I'll show you what's in here. Donna Little, who we pretty much all know, does doilies and everything. Well, she's so cooped up in the house, she's just gone erratic and making all kind of things. And she's made these out of vintage laces, ATC cards, because it would take me all day to make a card, honestly. And then she sent me these two. Well, she sells them on her channel. First Saturday of the month are doilies and linens and stuff. And she sent me these. I bought these, rather. But she sent them to me. So there's all these little cards in here. And I didn't do a two-sided because I haven't figured out yet how to do two-sided on my computer. These were the little cards that I made for the inside. And I even downloaded the paper. So that's that. And then she had these. I bought a bunch of these because I was going to donate some. These music things, I love them. Maybe that's where I got that song in my head. They open. Most of them do anyway. Well, maybe this one doesn't. Maybe because the song fits on the whole thing. This is like a library card. And then the song's on the back. Only you can make this world seem right. Only you can make the darkness bright. This one, I belong to you. But I'm not free, I belong to you. And this one, it's a sin to tell a lie. Be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie. But I got a whole bunch of these. And I have one that says, you know that we used to play Ollie Ollie Income Free, hide and seek. If you want to love, you have to cry. Old Pappy Time. It says it was recorded by June Valley, 1954. This one was 1953. So these are really cool. And she made a bunch more for me so I can send to my aunt. But here's a couple of the cards I'll show you that she made. She makes cards now, and then you can put your own thing in there, or she'll stamp something in if you want. So I got my aunt, who's in a nursing home and pretty tied down in there right now. Not physically, but that's the garbage man. But I always send her cards, and she likes to send birthday cards, and she likes to write letters still. I keep all her letters. And so I got my aunt some extra sympathy and birthday cards, because at her age, you know, heck, at my age, people are dying. I just found out my first husband died a couple weeks ago, and we weren't sure because he didn't want an obituary or anything, but somebody said they thought he did. And he wasn't doing so well for a long time, obviously, since I was married to him. He was in Vietnam, and that kind of did it for him. But my two oldest girls are with him. So I've lost two husbands in 2.5 years. Anyway, it just seems like something's always wrong. Let me get this one to the cell. If any of you have seen those, matter of fact, I'm making some kits up for Defy And if any of you, I think the first Saturday of every month is the big auction. It's lots of fun. And then in between they have other ones. It's on Facebook, Here's Angels, Defy, and at DAFI, Disabled Artists Foundation, Inc. So, and all you have to do, see this is just a little one I made. And all it is on, I have another bracelet here too, a thin one, on one of these. I brought a piece of something to show you, but usually I use a doily. And you just cover it up. I said I would do a tutorial. You could cut it. Or the first one I wrapped with something, but it wasn't necessary because you can just put this on there, cut it down a little bit, glue it, and then decorate it. This was one of those thick bracelets, and I made that. Donna Little had donated. She had a bunch of those and she donated them to Defy. But like I said, usually I use a doily. Okay, this is the funny thing. There was an earring in that jewelry that was huge. I just got caught. Okay, can you see how big that earring was? Okay, so I made this one. And look how big it looks. And this one, I made out of one of those regular little ones. And it looks bigger because of all the stuff I added. One of Annie's gems. And then I put this trim I bought a long time ago that I've had. So it's a dream catcher. But I like this one a lot, and it's only on one of the small bracelets. Funny. But then I will show you the biggest one I just made. And this is why I don't do tags and stuff, because I get carried away. I have a smaller one here somewhere. I never know what to put on them. Okay, I'll show you this. This is one I just finished. You'll have to tell me what you think about these feathers. I need to order some feathers, I think. But what I had were these ones that I had picked myself as I rode behind some peacocks in Hawaii and made a centerpiece out of, so I took some out. Okay. This was kind of up further here. So I didn't know whether to put them there, put them on the sides, in the front, over here. And then so you tell me what you think. And then at the last minute I put that little angel in there, I don't know. I did have a little cabochon in there. So tell me if you have any ideas for the feathers. And I need to get, I was gonna call her, but I already had it all set up for my video. I wrote it down, Roseanne's tea, coffee dye recipe, because I wanted them to look a little more vintage. Okay, then I may have showed something like this. Here's one of the flowers I made. And this was Twiggy, Abshire. She's the one that came up with this, but hers was a little bit different, but it gives you all these pockets just with a hanky to put gifts in. And there's a little tablet I had in here. So that's why and I made some of these little snippet things and put them in one of the pockets. And I put the bow on. Someone made me. It was either, why does your mind go blank when you're on here? Of course it goes blank anyway. It was either Neri, DC Scrap and Rooster, or it was Loretta. Oh, I can't think of her name. And then one of the tags that whatchamacallit, but isn't that pretty? You'll have to go over and see I'll put the name and the link in the description box. A lot of people say that and they never do, right? Me neither half the time. And yeah, hers was really pretty. Loretta Volpe, V-O-L-P-E. She had this handkerchief that so mine just kind of, I had it hanging down, and then I put some flowers and different things in it. And then I put a pen because I put that little book in there. Good thing I noticed that because it's missing for some reason. Okay. Then, like I said, I'm always making things and I end up sending most of them. Then I'll have to put this is from Etsy from Victoria. I can't think of her the name of her store, but I downloaded these envelopes. Aren't they beautiful? In the back, and I put a little decoration on them. She's got 5 different kinds, and she even gives you the lining for it if you want them. And I don't think I did anything to this one. There's 5 kinds. I should have 5 here, but I don't. Of course. Of course, of course. Okay, I don't like making these junk journals and stuff. I don't have the patience. So sometimes I'll get ones that aren't too expensive and they're a little more pretty, but they're a little more plain maybe on the front and stuff than I would do. So I redo a lot of them. I put different pictures in them, a lot of them. And so this is one I did for a friend. It basically had just a blue cover with some little, and that's the little corset thing I made from Jean Kerr. And this, Donna Little also makes these in vintage, shabby chic, and boho. Then I put this on the back. And I put some Donna's, well, I actually made this one. You have to go over and watch her. And then I decorated one of hers a little, and see, I can write on the back, or whoever gets it can write on the back. And I put some more different pockets in it, and things that were more me. I just don't have patience to start from the beginning. But I won't show you the whole thing. And then I put these to tie. I know I'm cheating, I guess. But I try to always give the person credit, and I did get it at the auction at Defy. I'm trying to think who did it. I'm terrible at paying attention to some stuff. You're so busy trying to get what you want. And then, I don't know if I showed you this that I made or finished anyway. I may have shown you, but not finished it. And somebody in our group is asking me for it. Somebody did offer actually to buy it from me. Not in our group, but somebody else. You know, me and my colors. And then here's another Jean Kerr fan. She does all that origami stuff. And if she wasn't showing how to do it easier, I would never be able to do it, because I think I said somewhere, I tried to make a little chicken once. We all met, we used to meet every Wednesday and play trivia at a bar restaurant. And nobody showed up. So that doesn't bother me. So I took this book that I had bought for the kids, thinking, you know, we can make something. And I sat there. It took me like 3 hours to make this tiny little chicken. I can't follow directions. You know, somebody's showing me, you know, and I'm doing it with them, I can do it. And I want to do something else to this. I think I showed you. I want to do, it's like it needs something not so, I don't know what. Hope you have any ideas. And this stuff's a lot of the jewelry, like I cut up. I'm always cutting up jewelry for dangles. And this was in a jewelry pack I had gotten from somebody. So I stuck it on there. And again, this bow was either Loretta or Neri. I can't remember, because I think I said it wrong the first time. And I hate to do that. But I've had them for a while, and I had them pinned to a big hat. I sure mix stuff together, don't I? I guess some people like that and some people don't. Is there anything else? I don't think so, but I do have 2 big hauls. In June, I hope this makes you watch my channel, because after I did that last one so quickly, because I was so behind, and I did it all at once, I'm thinking, why didn't I split it up? Poor thing told me before that, if you could just make them shorter so I, you know, I don't have to, so I can watch them better. But yeah, this is pretty. Look, I have a little earring on there. I don't know. It just always, and this is a beautiful piece that I got from NOLA. A lot of these things I got from NOLA. A lot of the materials. This, you know, Nana's attic. You guys have to go over there. She's got some nice things. I got this from her, this sari silk. Most all of this was from her. You know, once I make something, I'm not that crazy about it. And if I give it away and I go back and look on the video that they made, Like I did that today with something, because I have to catch up on videos. I did that today with a couple of Jeanette's MI Cottage Crafts and Roseanne, of course I call her Roxy Car 11, and I always say 2. And one thing I want to show you that I got on one of the channels, I can't think of who it was, but she's got bad arthritis in her hands, and supposedly I have carpal tunnel, they told me, but I have really bad arthritis too. That's why my feet and everything are, it's very hard to walk. But they said they had scissors that were for people with, you didn't have to put your thumb in and stuff, for people with arthritis. I think I got the right ones. Hers were a lot bigger. But I got them at, they just came today. I got them from Amazon. And they weren't that expensive. So, oh, I put this on just because it's one of the things I got in the jewelry stuff I get, and so sometimes I think I can wear them, because what I did was, right before I did this, I was painting something, of course, and what happens to me, I open the red, it was newly opened, so I open the thing and it goes everywhere. Now tell me, does anybody else have that kind of luck? I have that kind of luck with everything. Everything. So that's it. If anybody wants a tutorial, I know a couple people ask me, and I've never done a tutorial. I mean, I'm so all over the place with doing a video. Can you imagine? I'd have to really have it worked out. Because sometimes I'll be doing something and I'll walk around and I think, oh, something dropped on the floor, and it's a bead or a pin or something, and I'll pick it up and use it on whatever I'm doing. And most people are much more organized. But I did go to a store yesterday after the doctor, Calico Corners, and they've been in business 60-some years and are going out of business. And I bought a rack. It ends up being very tall, so I can put all my ribbons and laces and stuff, and it's metal, so I can, you know, add more hooks that have magnets, because I have to see my stuff. I can't have it wrapped up and put in a drawer, because I have to look and see what I want to use. That's why I'm so last minute with stuff. But I can try to have things kind of ready. And I also bought, which I almost forgot about, I paid for it, but one of their counters, because I have to get, since I have to go back upstairs, and don't ask me how they're going to get this counter. It was one of their counters that they use, and it's 40, oh, I had the measurements, 44 by, I don't know, it's as long as my little couch behind me, in front of me. 44 inches deep, but it's just a nice size, and it's got some shelves in it. You know, everyone's all, I like to have mine kind of the shabby chic style with stuff, but I could use some shelving. And one person is always yelling at me, you need to go to oh, you know, that store with all the stuff you have to put together. But I don't, I mean, that's all neat and nice and everything, but you know, I like using showing my stuff so people can see it when I do the video. That's why I've been doing it in my living room, because that room's not ready, and the other person hasn't left yet till next week, and everything is just upstairs in a mess. And I've been doing it kind of on my bed, but I always have done that, so I have to stop. I mean, I've got glue on everything. Anyway, I'll let you all go. We're having a nice day today. So, tell me what you think. Should I take the angel out? Should I put like regular white feathers or something? I actually was inspired a long time ago by one I saw on Pinterest. And Ateles, who does, has a channel and also, you know, puts her nail stuff on, she does nails too, on Facebook. She decided to make it. And I gave her the biggest hoops I had, and she made a really big one. And then she got, and I have them too, but this didn't seem big enough for it. The big flowers like this, but they're open up, the peonies. But when they were having all their sales at Holly Lobby and stuff, I got some of these smaller flowers, and I thought they looked better on here until I make a bigger one. And so let me know what you think. If I should, if these don't go, if I should just put some white ones or some pink ones or whatever. And then I put a little bit of pink pearls around there. And don't ask me why I have to finish fixing this, because I didn't know what color I was going to do, so I had sprayed it blue. But I started trying to put some pink on it. And I put some little, I did Ruby, she's Little Books, I think, isn't she? She said that she makes all her flowers and all this stuff. She mixes some Mod Podge, not all Mod Podge, with some water, and soaks her stuff and hangs it up so they're kind of a little bit stiff. And then when she makes her flowers and stuff, she just kind of bends them any which way she wants to. So I've been doing that with a lot of things. And a lot of my flowers, I even stick in there to make them harder. So anyway, let me know what you think. And then wait till you see the stuff. Like, I didn't get a lot, but I got a couple really cool things at Michael's the other day. I've kind of stopped getting stuff but just to get out of the house, I thought I better get out of this house. Becoming a hermit. And so I stopped in there, and they had some sales. And I, wait till you see the trim I got. It's really cool. And then all the stuff I got from Calico Corners, like 6 sample books, and they had a lot of stuff, but you know, they're an expensive store anyway. I mean, they make people's, you know, they have all the materials to reupholster and everything, and they make, so I did get a few things, and I only got 2 trims because they were still only 30% off. And you know, outside it says 70% off. Well, 70% off, very few things. The bowls that they had a lot of stuff. And they had all these dolls to buy, and samples and blackout material, and everything in the store was going. If I had a bigger room. But I did get that counter, which will help, and that tall thing, so I can hang. It's a rack. I don't know what they used to hang on them. It's a big rack, and then the things, you have to stick them in the holes, and so they have all hooks on them. So one of these days when I get that room all done, I'll show you. Okay? All right, 35 minutes isn't bad. So maybe I'll continue and do the other ones. I was going to do this last night. By the time I got all prepared, you know, because the stuff's mostly upstairs, and came home from the store and I'd been to the doctor and everything, it was like, you know, it was kind of dark out and it's like the lighting wasn't very good. So I'm hoping this lighting is better. So, okay guys, love you, and I will see you in a while. Bye.